Well, so, are you above, like here?
Yeah.
Above the waist, yeah. It's a blustery Thursday morning. I've got my bands. I've got my saw. Let's cut down a grapefruit tree.
Oh. I think I just put the e-brake on. All right, you're gonna have to go the long way.
One person's a little bit less dexterous than the other.
A little more prepared than me.
Wow. You want to swap or?
I mean, yeah.
Ready? Look at each other. Okay, 3, 2, 1. The chainsaw boys are back. Today, we're actually taking a look at this grapefruit tree, which many of you know was the first thing on this property that my eyes got caught by when I was moving in. And I thought it was great. It turns out this grapefruit is actually not the most delicious grapefruit out there. It's very unkempt. This is actually 2 citrus trees in one. The lemon, I believe, is a rootstock wild lemon, unknown, and not high quality. So why don't we take a look? So yeah, this just isn't the most delectable variety. The variety is actually unknown. It's very pithy and the flavor's just not great. So we're gonna take it out. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, why are you taking the grapefruit out? Can't you just grab from the bottom? It's like, yeah, you could do anything. You could do any of these things. But the thing is, short-term pain, long-term gain. You already know we have 10 plus different citrus over here. I want the citrus that I want. It's that simple. I want a Melogold grapefruit and I want a Eureka or Meyer lemon in this spot. And if we take this out, I can put 2 citrus in that are gonna be grown healthily at the same size. Everything works really nicely. So we're gonna harvest this, because we still are gonna use these, but we're gonna harvest this out first and then we're gonna get to chopping.
Let's see how many we get.
We ate a bunch of these this season.
Right.
Some of the larger, more impressive ones, and these ones just sort of the rejects that are left. The old owners actually stopped by once and I asked them the variety and even they didn't know. Where is he? Did I get
You
him?
just throw it at me?
No. Did something hit you?
No, actually it missed by a very wide margin.
Oh, interesting. Wow, there's a ton down in this.
Yeah, on the inner canopy, you should get a shot inside.
Comment how many you think we're gonna get. I got 3. You ready for this?
Right. 3 for 3. 1, 2. That's 3.
Did I get 3?
Yeah, that's 3
Nice.
for 3.
Let us know what we should make, because this is too many grapefruit for anyone to have. I mean, you guys tell me, that's a lot of grapefruit. But we want the Melogold, which is one of the best grapefruits you can have. So unfortunately, it is time to start the chop. Oh yeah. All right.
All right.
So now we just need to get the irrigation out of the way, and then we get onto the grinding. This is you.
This is me.
This is your job.
Let's see. Should have worn the safety pants.
Jacques' time to shine.
Let's see.
Let's just say I'm putting these on.
I think that's a good call.
Check it out. Papa Jacques. All right, well, the gear's done.
Yeah.
So now it's just time to move on to our next task for the day. Thanks for joining
Babka
us.
doesn't trust this look.
No, she does not like that tool. Grapefruit time is over. We are turning our attention to the backyard now, and this herb bed, which I have to say, Jacques, has really held up over the season and it's kind of grown in. You guys remember in an episode maybe a couple months back, a few months back, we moved this whole thing over to this area.
Thing.
So every single one of these is a true transplant. We've got some things we may or may not want to replace it with. But first, Jacques, why don't we just kind of audit the herb bed?
Yeah, see what we want to do.
And kind of see what we want to do. So first off, I see the Greek columnar basil. It's not bad. It's just it doesn't look great, and it's not really producing too much.
Lean.
So I think what we're going to do is full rip this out, and I'll show you in a sec how we'll propagate from this so it's not just totally wasted. And by the way, yes, I do have some skeleton gloves. Okay, Halloween is here early. So first thing I'm going to do is just.
There you go. Do you want the hori?
Nah, this one's fine. I'll just look at that root ball.
Smells good.
Just shaking it. Do the roots smell?
I don't know if it's from the. No, tell me, what does it smell like?
Oh, you know what? It's like when you have pancakes at breakfast with powdered sugar on, and you breathe in
and you inhale.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna propagate from this a little bit later.
Let's just see how that cutting works. Okay, well, that worked really well.
That works really well.
It's like a saw for the ground.
What a professional. Absolute professional.
Yeah, no dig, leave the roots in, all that. No big deal.
I will say though, like I would have dug the basil, but the roots are so
No, that would have been
intense.
a pain.
Yeah, so
you couldn't
intense.
have planted there.
So this happens a lot too with your oreganos, is they like half die off.
Right.
And I actually think it's probably fine to come in and like remove that stuff.
Absolutely. It might just take a little bit to come back, but it'll definitely come back.
Yep. So I'll clean this up here. Then the nasturtiums have gone off in here. They've gone absolutely crazy, and I think they need to be taken down a bit.
I was gonna say.
So this kind of shows you how much real estate we have left in this bed. There's a lot we haven't been using super well. I'm actually just gonna full rip this out. Look at that. I mean, I want to say it was growing on the actual ground. Oh, it smells so bad. So look at all these seeds. Nasturtium seeds, guys, basically look like, almost like little nuts. And you can pickle these and they sort of turn into nasturtium capers, so to speak. Again, to me, a bit vile and a bit revolting, personally. But I know people who do them. Just, I don't know, maybe I have the genetics that I don't like the taste.
Yeah, it's like a cilantro thing.
Might be something like that, although I do love cilantro, so it's certainly not that.
Definitely doesn't cross over.
So we want to think about what we don't have in here now and what we might want.
Right.
I actually see there's a couple basil I'd like to put in. There's a dark opal right here. So our last dark opal from our recent sowing in the Epic 4-cell tray.
Nice.
You can tell we kind of ignored it a little bit. The soil's not super wet down here, but I think it'll take. And so we'll pop this one in, Jacques. We're gonna have to really give this a water though, dude.
Yeah, it seems very dry.
Very dry. So this is not yet set up on irrigation, guys. I'm gonna clean out this lemongrass here. And with lemongrass, you can actually just kind of full reset it by dividing it out. So it's very bushy and it's very dead here. Is kind of come down and take a look, and you can kind of see how this looks. And I'm just gonna full reset it, which seems a little extreme sometimes, but look at that. Look at that. Okay.
Wow.
So it's just so clumped, right? So this is how it wants to grow. It wants to keep doing these offshoots. So we're gonna do a little propagation by division here. And when lemongrass comes back, it comes back with a vengeance. So, you know, even if I just was to take this piece right here, I can strip away some of these dead leaves like this.
I actually have a lemongrass started in my herb bed that came from this exact one.
Just like
that.
Just like this.
I just put it in the ground.
So remove all the crappy looking leaves. You've got some root matter here. And if you were to plant this directly back in the soil, this will do exactly what you see this one doing here. It will start continually creating offshoots. So if you were to plant this, and let's say I grabbed a couple more from this pile here, I would actually want to space them out because they'll clump like crazy. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna isolate a few of these premium little replants here from this entire patch, and we'll do a reset, and I'll of course harvest the rest and freeze it. So it's funny, like when you're gardening, we look at the herb bed every day and we're like, oh, like it looks fine, it's fine. But now that we reset it, we're gonna say, oh, it looks so much better.
Yeah.
It's just watching those little tasks over time.
We've looked at it for so long that we didn't even see it.
You get blind to it almost. Fresh lemongrass. Yeah, I mean, give that a smell.
I think I'll take this home actually.
Yeah, go for it.
It smells really good.
It's nice, right?
Yeah.
So from something that looks completely dead, it actually isn't dead, and you can actually use it completely. Yeah, it's nice, right? And then you can just dice that up, put it in a soup, whatever. So if you guys remember when we moved this herb bed, of course we moved the blue basil, and I believe, Jacques, I cut it down pretty severely at that time. And I think it's probably about time to do that again, and just clean out a lot of these dead branches and sort of try to reset it. I have to be honest, it is a little loose if you look at the roots here.
Yeah, I was looking at it.
It's a little loose.
I was thinking about maybe reburying it.
I'm thinking about doing that. And I think what I'll do is do a very serious prune here. If the roots are stressed, maybe taking some off the top will help. Hey, do you think chickens like nasturtiums?
They do.
They do?
To some regard.
Should we just dump a bunch in here and see what they do?
Give them some, yeah.
Okay. Here comes our silver laced. Yeah, they're all curious. Yeah, they're going for it. Okay. I'll call that a success. So when you're putting this back in, you want to look at the shape of it. It was obviously growing against something right here, right? So what I can do is if I plant it literally just right here in the corner, at least from the outside, it's going to look really nice, and hopefully this will then fill in later. I'm going to prune this rosemary for shape as well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take this rosemary down.
I'm gonna be pretty aggressive with the sage.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm gonna come in, and sage will, since I'm cutting it like this, all these leaves are gonna now bush out. So I'm just doing a top shape, and then I'm actually gonna come in underneath and remove some of these branches, because else it'll get way too bushy. Because now that I've trimmed the top, it's gonna wanna shoot out from everywhere. And then actually look at this guy right here.
Oh, wow. What is that?
I can't remember, I've looked it up a few times. I can never.
Didn't we see it like a couple months back over there?
Yeah,
I think?
and they go really fast.
Wow. So while you're doing that, Jacques, I'm just gonna read out some of the stuff we actually have
Okay.
to potentially replant. We have some French lavender, which we could definitely put in.
Yeah.
French and Spanish lavender as a combination could be interesting. I think I'll probably green light that. We've got, which I don't think we need more of, just some more thyme or oregano.
Oh, that's the good stuff though. That's the lemon.
We just have so much. We've got Italian oregano. We do have more Spanish lavender, which I don't think we need. We have some mints. We've got some French thyme.
So this is a little tip right here. In the summertime, well, it's not really summer yet, but you wanna let your hose run for a sec, because it's gonna come out really hot at the start.
Welcome to Propagation Station, guys. So remember, we took out things like the Greek columnar basil, and actually I believe Greek columnar is vegetatively propagated only. I don't think it produces seeds ever. And so I want more of it, and all I'm gonna do is come through and take these cuttings. So it's very, very simple. It's a stem tip cutting on almost all these standard herbs that we're gonna be propagating from. So what you wanna do is, you really want like maybe 3 or 4 leaf nodes. So you can see here's the growing tip, that's where the roots are gonna come from, but you wanna strip the bottom out a bit. So I'll usually take, 1 or 2 of these away. And then I'm gonna show you, if you come over here, this easy clone system. So these are like neoprene collars, and you need to get the cutting low enough that water can spray at a couple of these nodes that we stripped off. And that's exactly where this one is. So, and this is a great method, personally, if you're cutting a ton of stuff at once, because you can water propagate them in this sprayer. So if you look in the underside of this here, you can see there's like a little spray manifold that when I plug it in, it just sprays water. So it's basically an aeroponic cloner. And what I'll do is, as many propagations as I want, maybe I'll do, a row or 2 of each of these things that you can't really get seeds for. So it's perfect. So we're just gonna reset all these herbs and put them back in the garden. The harder one to do is gonna be this African blue basil, because, like I said, it wants to throw these flowers out all the time, and it's kind of hard to propagate via stem tip cutting off of a flowering stem tip. So I'm unsure if I'm really gonna be able to do this, but I'm gonna give it my best shot here. And maybe I'll try something like this, but what I'll do as an adaptation is actually remove all the stem tips here with the flowers. And then I'll do the same process where I'm stripping this bottom. This might work, it might not. The stem is a little bit hard here, so a softer wood would have probably been easier. But you know what, we'll give it a shot and see what happens. And I might try to do this from a softer cutting as well. Generally with this water propagation method, if you use softer cuttings, you have a better shot. So I'm gonna try something like this. We'll take the stem tip like this. I'll strip this off here, just the actual flower. And then I'm gonna just do a quick strip like that, and we'll try this out, because this is a little bit more pliable down here. Sage next, which already is in the herb bed, but since we're gonna turn this thing on anyways, I'm just gonna cut 45 degrees right below a leaf node here, right? We can strip those. So this might be too many leaves, because sage is pretty massive leaves, so I might do something where I cut half of each leaf off, just so it's not transpiring as much. Let's do something like that and see if that works. If you want the passive, super simple and slow way of doing lemongrass, Supani taught me this. When you're harvesting, you don't want this anyways, right?
Right.
So you just hold it and just, it snaps itself off automatically, and there's enough material here for this to perfectly regrow. And just plant this in the ground, and it'll come all the way back. Very nice. Look, your friend's here.
Oh my God. All right, so Kevin stepped out for a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and start propagating some random stuff that I don't know if it's gonna work. In theory, it should. So first we're gonna try this thornless blackberry. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want some thornless blackberries. So I'm gonna come in, same idea as before. The roots are gonna come out from a leaf node. So I'm gonna go ahead and strip that. I'm gonna try something here where on this one, I'm just gonna leave it like that. So this is the bottom. Hopefully roots will come out here, and then this leaf should then start new growth. So we'll see if that works. It's not a tip, but it should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. And then on this one, I will use the tip since it's there, and I'll actually come up right there, remove that, and right there, remove that. So now this part I wanna make sure is actually underneath in the water. All right, so I found some power. So let's see what this actually does. All right, sounds like it's working. So my understanding is that inside there's like a couple sprinkler heads and they're gonna spray a bunch of water around. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna block it with my hand. But all these are basically gonna just create a misting environment, which is gonna encourage the roots to grow. So we'll see, a couple days, we'll probably have a pretty nice bundle of roots down there. It'll be really interesting.
So Jacques over there propagating who knows what. We'll see if his do well. We'll see if mine do well. Stay tuned on a future episode. I've got a lot more lemongrass to process, some of these herbs to dry. Stay tuned, good luck in the garden, and keep on growing.